America's missile defense. How effective is it? Correspondent Doug McKelway looks at where those programs stand tonight.
In the Reagan era, it was called the Strategic Defense Initiative.
We could intercept and destroy strategic ballistic missiles before they reached our own soil or that of our allies.
When President Reagan launched the program in 1983, political opponents ridiculed it as technologically unattainable, a Star Wars fantasy. But only 7 years later, in the first Gulf War, U.S.-made Patriot missile batteries were used to intercept Scud missiles aimed at Israel. Critics say they mostly failed, with only a few successful hits, but manufacturer Raytheon claimed a hit rate of 60%. Today, the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD, has successfully intercepted medium-range missiles. Two other defense arrays, the ground-based Mid-Course Defense System and the ship-based Aegis missiles, have intercepted ballistic missiles at a 55% and 83% rate, respectively. But none is good enough.
The problem arises that if you have to engage more than one, more than three, more than 10 simultaneously, your problem becomes much more complicated.
That problem gets worse if, as expected, North Korea expands its arsenal in the coming months.
The threat we're going to face is anywhere from 50 to 75 North Korean ICBMs. That's the problem. And so let's just say that those missiles get through, that we do very well, and we get 65 out of 70. That's not good enough for America.
It may explain President Trump's aggressive language on Tuesday.
They will be met with fire and fury.
That tough talk was not reflected in the president's defense budget. He cut $300 million from missile defense. While the House Armed Services Committee added $2.5 billion to it, the defense authorization remains bottled up in Congress. From their August recess, congressional critics lashed out at the president's aggressive words, most noting it was an alarming departure from 2 decades of more measured presidential responses to North Korean provocations.
And look at what it's gotten us. There's no more room for this president to kick the can down the road.
In the Cold War, many believe peace was kept through the doctrine of mutually assured destruction, the belief that neither side wants to commit suicide by starting a nuclear attack. But many defense hawks doubt that Kim Jong-un thinks that way, in which case the best defense may be a good offense. Brett?
Doug, thank you.